Hi everyone, Val here, and I've got some cucumbers that we have taken out of the garden and we've saved them. I'm going to make some sweet relish today. This is my first attempt at making sweet relish, and since the garden's done so well, we have all these cucumbers, I thought that I would try it. I know my mom used to make relish, but I'm going to go with a recipe that I found out of the canning cookbook, and instead of putting onions and green peppers in it, the recipe calls for onions and green peppers. I don't think that I would like green peppers in my relish, but I wouldn't mind onions, but Steve is not a big fan of onions, so I'm not going to put onions or green peppers in it. I'm just going to do a sweet cucumber relish with cucumbers. So let's get started and see how we do. I'm going to show you the cucumbers here that we've gotten out of the garden. And this is all of them that I'm going to be working with. Alright, I've got a salad shooter. These are little Presto salad shooter that I'm going to be using to grind the cucumbers. And I'm using the grinding blade in this. So I'm just going to put this together. Put it on my salad shooter. And I'm going to just cut these up into strips so that I can go ahead and put them through the salad shooter and get them grind up. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting these, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so this measuring cup measures 8 cups here, so this will give me kind of an idea of how many cups of cucumber that I'm going to have in this. So I've got my salad shooter, and I'm going to start putting my cucumbers in and dicing my cucumber. Okay, so I finished chopping up the cucumbers, and I got 24 cups. So the recipe calls for a quarter cup of salt per every 4 cups. So I need a cup and a half of salt. So I'm just going to pour my salt on top of the cucumbers. That's a cup and a half. Alright, and then once we get that done, we're going to take cold water and just pour it on top of the cucumbers. Alright. We're going to soak this in the salt mixture for 2 hours, and then we'll come back and finish the process. So, just going to make sure, let me put a little more water in there, make sure it's soaking in there good. I'm going to cover it up, and we're going to soak it for 2 hours. Okay, so the cucumbers have been marinating now for 2 hours. So I have them here. Now my next step, it says, is to drain the water out of them real good, and just kind of like press the water out. So I'm going to do that here into the sink and try to get all the water out of them if I can. And once I drain the water out, I'm going to be putting them into the blue bowl here. So I'll leave that over there. But it says to get as much moisture out of it as I can get out of it. So let me do that, and I'll come back and we'll do the next step on this. Okay, so I'm ready to make the pickling brine for the cucumbers for the relish. So I have 24 cups of the cucumbers, and I'm using a recipe that's based on 4 cups. So I'm going to have to multiply everything times 6. So this is needing 2 cups of apple cider vinegar per 4 cups of the cucumbers. So we'll need 12 cups of vinegar. We're going to put everything in this pot. Alright, so that's 12 cups of vinegar. Then we're going to need a tablespoon of celery seed. I'm just going to use the whole container. And it calls for a tablespoon of the mustard seed. So I'm just going to use the whole container of that too. Okay, and then it's calling for 3.5 cups of sugar, but I don't want mine quite that sweet. So I'm going to cut the sugar in half. So if I did, I'll do like 10 cups of sugar. Because it's supposed to be 3 cups per 4 cups of the relish, 4 cups of the cucumbers. So I'm going to stir this, and I'm going to start this on a medium heat to warm it up, probably medium high. And this is saying to, get my book here. This is saying to combine the sugar, vinegar, and spices and heat until boiling. And then we're going to add our vegetables in and simmer it for 10 minutes. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep this heating up. And when it gets heated, I'll come back and we'll do our next step. Okay, my vinegar and spices have come to a boil. I've got my canning jars in water, and I'm heating them also to a boil in my rings. I'm going to take the cucumbers, and I've gotten as much water drained out of them as I can. There still seems to be a little bit of water here. I'm going to try to get just a little bit more water out of them. And I'm going to add the drained cucumber to the boiling vinegar mixture. And once I get this in here, I'm going to let it simmer for 10 minutes. Just put it in there slowly so I didn't splash any of the vinegar. Vinegar is really strong. Alright, I'm just going to stir this up. Okay, this is done. I'm going to cut this front burner off. Our jars are hot. Steve is going to come and help me out here. So, let me get Alright, ready for my first jar. Got 12 pints we're going to try to do. I believe half an inch. So it's going to leave a quarter of an inch.
That's right.
That's about right. And this is a little wet. Just enough to dry off the edge there. tighten it up. Can you, pull them out or not? I don't want to put it back in because they got to boil. They got to process 10 minutes. Alright, we're going to keep doing this. Alright, so we got the canners in the boiling water bath, and they've got to process for 10 minutes, and we'll pull them out and take a look at them. We got 13 pints, so we got a baker's dozen. So we'll check on them in about 10 minutes.
Hey everybody, doing a wrap up on the pickle relish. Val's been busy today. She sat down maybe once or twice, but she's been got a good a baker's dozen. We got quite a few that have already sealed, and I haven't tasted it. I don't know what it tastes like yet.
We'll set it up a few days and come back and maybe do a taste test on it.
We want to eat something that we can taste test it with.
Yeah, but cook a hot dog or something. Or some burgers.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so that's a day. I'm going to finish making the tacos for tonight's dinner, and then I'm going to sit down and do nothing for a while. So.
Well, I did get one of those tables painted and the chair painted.
Alright.
I'll let them dry, and then maybe tomorrow I'll paint another the other table and then another chair.
Alright, so thanks for watching, and give us a thumbs up and a like and a share and all that good stuff. We're tired, so we're going to sit down. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye.